customer service. That would be an organization's ability to supply their customers' wants and needs. That's a definition. Let's see what I want you to know as customer service. So the pure form of customer service would be the act of one person helping another person. This is what I want you to know about customer service. It's more than just words and definitions. Yeah. So think of customer service all as the act of one person helping another person. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the 7 deadly sins of service. That would be the apathy, the brush off, the coldness. I wrote here overconfidence, and to make it easier for you, I would call it arrogance. The arrogance, the robotism, rule book excuses, and the runaround. Everything sounds so well, fun and at the same time difficult to memorize. Let's talk about them one by one in order to understand each one properly and when this is used or it is not supposed to be used. Well, first of all, we all know that customer service is the element that is going to differentiate the companies on the marketplace, on today's marketplace. Why? Because if you are giving a bad service to people, and if you are apathic or you are robotic or you use those sins of service, you're going to lose. And then the competition is going to take your clients. And this is why customer service with the 7 sins of service is a very important thing. It's as important as marketing. Let's talk about apathy. What apathy is? Apathy would be answering the phone in your case, yeah, without any emotion or interest. You know how that is? Did you ever call a place of business and somebody on the other end of the line answered you apathic, with no emotion, with nothing, and you just felt like closing the phone? Did it happen to you? Yeah, it did happen to you because I'll give you like real life situations. I went to pay my phone bill at the post office, you know, so the lady over there was an apathic, was no feelings on her face. And we are going to talk about empathy tomorrow, which is the opposite of apathy. That would be before the role-playing games. Let's talk about the brush off. Brush off, what that is. That would be refusing to answer the phone immediately. There are many agents which are just letting the phone ring more than 3 times and they just don't look and don't care. And also brush off would be trying to get rid of the customer by just sending him the information by email. The customer calling you and telling you, my device is not working. I realized that I paid a lot of money that it's not working. Okay, sir, and what is wrong with it? You make a short troubleshooting. Okay, sir, I will send you the information by email. This is called brush off. It's like you brushing off the customers. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to give divided attention to their needs, to their problems. It's okay to send the information by mail. Yes, when there is information that you may send, you may have an FAQ, you may have some information that you may send it by phone, by mail. Why? Because the customer is either having her baby crying, or he's on the road and he needs the information, or he just, you just have the information handy. But even like that, you have to find a personal way of talking to the customer, explaining, yes sir, look, I have an FAQ or I have a link that I'm going to send you by email. Please do this and this and this. You guide the person. You give him steps in order to not to appear that you are brushing him off. I've seen examples of agents which were answering the customers. Okay, sir, then you have to provide your Microsoft provider. You have to contact your Microsoft provider, because he felt that he cannot help the customer. The customer having a problem not with the Pinnacle, for example, device. So he just told the customer to contact the Microsoft provider. But this is not the way. If you do that, if you feel that it's not your client, your company, responsible for the person's product, then you have to be very nice to the customer. Imagine that that customer is your friend, and you have to treat him nice like a friend. You tell him, yes sir, I understand. Oh, unfortunately, I wish so much to help you. That unfortunately, this is not in Pinnacle's way, or is not me. Unfortunately, it is because of your computer, or because of whatever he has there. Well, I really wish to help. If I will give you my personal opinion, but it's not a professional opinion, it's a personal opinion. So why don't you? This is supposed to be the way, in order not to brush off the customer. The same is happening when you are talking on chat. We are going to talk about live chat etiquette on Friday, Pinnacle. Yeah. I will show you how not to brush off the customers while chatting with them. It's the same as talking on the phone, telling them, not telling them actually that you'll send them an email, and not telling them that this is just a link. You have to guide them step by step. Let's see another sin of service. Is called coldness. That is responding to the customer with one phrase or one word answers. Well, I will give you examples. I'll give you examples, real life examples. I will tell you that I went once to a bookshop. I wanted to buy some paper, some printing paper. And once I arrived there, the two ladies who were supposed to sell were talking to each other, and they didn't look at me. And I stayed there for a while, and they didn't treat me with any, they didn't see me. They acted like they didn't see me. What do you think the sin of service was? It was brush off, because they acted like they didn't see me. They brushed me off from the beginning. And the moment I tried to talk to them and I said, excuse me ma'am, is there anyone going to serve me? You know what they answered? They acted like? With coldness. They were cold. They said, yes. You have to avoid talking to people towards one-word answers. Like, for example, people would say, will ask you a question, and instead of answering them, yes ma'am, or yes sir, it is like this, you tell them yes or no. I never wanted to see, whenever I monitor your work, I never want to see yes and no, and I don't know, and short things like that. No, I want a normal, warm conversation with the people. Okay? Did you understand what I meant with coldness? Do not mix coldness with apathy. Apathy is when people act like they don't have any feelings. I mean, they really don't have any feelings. And coldness is when they just talk. In Romanian, they will call it vorbește în doi pești. No, so that's coldness. I'm putting that light on behind you in the corner. And the other one? There's more? That's it? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about arrogance. I was telling you about arrogance before. What arrogance is an air of superiority shown to a customer, giving him or her the impression that he or her is inferior. Let us remember, it happened to you to go to a shop to buy something after a working day and you're tired, you just didn't feel like looking nice even. Perhaps you're just wearing your sneakers and something sport. You went to an expensive shop, you wanted to buy something, and the lady is telling you, yes, this is, they're giving you a big price. as you are poor, you cannot afford that, and is looking at you from up to down as, you know, as you are inferior. That is arrogance. Some people are just acting arrogant. And some other places, people will be arrogant with kids, or they'll be arrogant with country people. The poor people are coming from a countryside. It doesn't mean they don't have the money, but this is how they are treated. In our case, because we were talking yesterday in basic or handling, when I was telling you do not patronize the customer. There are customers with low technical skills who are going to call you. Perhaps they are doctors, they will be very good in their job. They are not stupid, they are not ignorant. But they will not have technical skills. So do not act high on them. Do not try to make them feel inferior, because they are not. That they'll feel bad if you act high. That, oh, sir, no, like this, no. No, just be normal, have patience with him, and just guide him properly. He's a normal person, and then let's not forget that the customers are paying our salaries. They are the most important, aren't they? Okay, let's talk about robotism. Robotism is treating all the customers with the same robotic behavior without personalizing the conversation. In this case, you know, there will be auto text or templates and things. If you have a phone conversation and you treat everybody, you know, robotic. Yes, sir, whatever you learn, without personalizing, without feeling any work, without giving any work feelings to the people, that's robotism. If you write them an email and you just write them a standard text, that's robotism. If you chat with the customers and just use templates and send them links, that's robotism. It's more than robotism. That would actually be brush off because you try to get rid of them fast, and robotism because you are using them with them only like auto text templates. You have to try to picture a friend of yours. You imagine that customer is a friend of yours. If the customer is angry, just imagine that angry person with red face who's hardly typing or who's talking on the phone, very nervous because he paid money for his device. It's expensive and it's not working. And he's calling you because first of all, you know, you have to treat him like, remember that he's a customer, treat him like he's that person who's paying your salary, so treat him with respect. And then imagine that he's another human being like you, and treat him with personal feeling, yeah, or personal behavior. Nice, normal. People hate calling customer service representatives because they think of this robotic behavior. But on the other side, if you are nice to them, you are warm, you have a smile in your voice, as we are going to talk a bit later, they will be impressed. They will actually feel that they are talking to another person, not with an answering service. Okay? Understand? Right. Rule book excuses. Oh, that's terrible. What that is blaming all the obstacles on the company's rules without showing effort to solve the customer's problem. And I'll give you another life example. One day, I was with my friends from the childhood. I mean, we're like a group of 9 people. We haven't seen each other since 20 years. And we just met. We want to go to a restaurant. We went to a nice restaurant. Quite famous. And we didn't make a reservation because we expected, it was during the week, it was not weekend, so we expected the restaurant not to be full. So we arrived there. There were 3 tables. And we asked the waiter for a table. And the waiter asked us, how many are you? We said, 9 people. 9 people. But that would be a problem. We said, why? Because we only have tables for 6. And then we said, so what? Just get us another table so we are all together. Ah, but this is not possible because it's against the restaurant policy. We cannot put the tables together. So they say, you try to save the two tables. So how come we stay at two tables? Cannot split the group. They didn't want to do anything. They didn't want to hear it. So then we left. We went to another restaurant where they put us at two tables together. We ate. We've been serving drinks. We gave a big tip. We felt very good. We left. And guess what? How many of these 9 people will still go to that restaurant? To the first? Well, I don't know, but I will never go there again. As the other restaurant, I will always recommend. It happens. It may happen to you on the phone. There are moments when you are not able to help a customer because it's just not in your hands. For example, there is a customer for Pinnacle calling for the Studio 20 or something, which is an older studio. You are not able to offer phone support, so support by phone for this little software. But if you tell the customer, sorry, it's not, I cannot give you. You have to contact live chat for it. That would be rule-book excuses. That would be not nice. What is nice is to tell him, I'm sorry, but I'm not able to offer you support for this because, you always have to say to the customer, because, tell him why, acknowledge him, yeah? Because it's an older software, but I may help you. So, as I said yesterday, always finish the sentence with a positive aspect. Yeah, but I may help you to contact the live chat. Look, do you have a pen handy? A paper and a pen? Would you please write down? This would be the live chat. So even there, and one of my colleagues will be very happy to help you. Okay? This is the way. The same in you. They call you for something that really you cannot help him because you just cannot help him. For example, his guarantee, his product is expired. I mean, the warranty expired for his product. You cannot help him anymore. And you tell him, sir, I really wish to help you. It is really my pleasure to help you. Unfortunately, I cannot do it. So you see, so what is rule-book excuses? Is blaming all the obstacles of the company's rules without showing effort to solve the customer's problem. Okay? It's very easy to say, no, we cannot. But it's not very hard to tell him, I wish I would help you. Oh, yes, sir. Use empathy. You always imagine that you are that customer. It could happen to you. And it's hard not to get any kind of support. If you show the person that you want to, he would appreciate it. And don't forget, Pinnacle has a survey at the end. And if you don't show courtesy and professionalism at the end, they might give you a big 0 instead of a 4 at the survey. And this affects your whole survey for that week. There is another scene of service called the runaround. The Romanian esquivarea, giving vague answers or refusing to answer the questions by ignoring or changing the meaning of the question. Let's see what that is. You don't know something. And if you don't know something, as I said yesterday, ask. Okay? Or you don't know what to answer the customer at that moment, don't run around. Just tell him, sir, may I put you on hold for a few moments? I would like to make a research. Put him on hold or in mute, according to the case, and make the research. Get all your strength and be sure, but don't hesitate and don't change the meaning of his question. Okay? Sometimes they will be hard to you. Not rude, but hard. They will be tough. They will complain. They will be nervous. Imagine that you may be in their place. And just because they are this way, you don't run around. Just be normal. Sometimes take responsibility for what you tell them, even if you talk in the name of the company. you are the live person giving him support. Do you understand this?